Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're doing my June wrap up and my July TBR. So I read 7 books in June, which is about what I normally would read, but 3 of them were like 50 million pages long. So I feel like I could have read a lot more books if I didn't choose these ones to read, but I had to read them. So if you saw last month's video, you would have seen the last book I read last month was A Court of Thorns and Roses. I was going to say A Court of Mist and Fury, no. A Court of Thorns and Roses. So I followed on with A Court of Mist and Fury. This one is actually the only book I've annotated out of the series so far, but I do want to go back and like the next video I do, I'll annotate all of them. This one just took me by such surprise because it was so different to book 1 that I couldn't not annotate it. This book had me kicking my feet, it had me screaming, it had me giggling, it had me crying. This book gave me so many emotions that I just couldn't handle, honestly. So this book I rated 5 stars, obviously. The reading vlog for this one is up. I still need to I'm so behind on the reading vlogs. Yeah, the reading vlog for this one's up if you want to watch it. There's spoilers in it. So yeah, book 1, I don't know, like there wasn't really any spoilers. This one and the rest, there is spoilers in the vlogs, sorry. This one made me love Reese and think Tamlin was a little bitch boy. That's the only way I can, you know, yeah. The last 100 pages also, I heard a rumour that Sarah J Maas puts crack in the last 100 pages of her books, and that is apparently true, as can be said the same for A Court of Rings and Ruin. Also, crack in the last 100 pages. I fully sobbed at this. I will edit the reading vlog for this weekend and get it up as soon as I can for you to watch, because my reaction, I hid my face behind the book because I just started sobbing. I want to cry when I think about this. I also give this one 5 stars because of how much emotion this one brought out with me. It was a lot. It was a lot. As of this book, still hate Nesta. Still hate her. I just can't find redeemable I can't speak. I just can't find redeemable qualities about Nesta, to be honest. She's just immature and selfish. I can't deal with her. Okay, next I read A Court of Frost and Starlight. This one I haven't really rated because it is just a novella. But I did really enjoy it. I thought it was, now especially that I've read the next book as well, obviously, I thought it was a good transition between Akawar and Akasuf. We're going to call it Akasuf. Because what do you even call it? It's not a something and something. It kind of annoys me a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. And the fact that it has design on the sides when the rest of them don't does slightly annoy me. But we will let it go because it was good. But anyway, this one, I think obviously you could probably skip this, and I don't think it would take anything off the next book. But it was just like nice. It was just after the just absolute emotional ruin that is Akawar. It was just a nice, soft, fluffy, easy, chill, just you're still in that world, but you're not quite ready to jump back into the action yet. That's this book, basically. So I did really enjoy it, but I just don't know how to like rate it, really. Okay, next, A Court of Silver Flames. I don't know how Sarah did it, but I ended up liking Nesta in this book, and that was like, honestly, it was maybe like the last third was when I only just started to change my mind about Nesta. I hated her for the majority of this book. Do you know how hard it is to read a book when you hate the main character? It's actually not that hard when the other main character is Cassian, because Cassian is so lovable. It just made it so much easier to read the book. But that's a talent though as well, to be able to write something where the character people hate but they still enjoy the book. That's a talent. I know at this point a lot of people start to like Nesta, I feel like from what I've seen of other people, they liked Nesta way before I did. But all I could see was an immature, selfish little girl. And she's meant to be the oldest sister, and it just, honestly, I really couldn't handle her. But I did start to like her by the end of this. So, yeah. And now we've just got to wait however long for the next one. Because this series is not finished, and it does hurt my poor little heart. Okay? It hurts. It does. The next one I read, I tried to read, because on my TBR for this month, was Marriage for One by Ella Mays. I started trying to read that in between. I think it was after Akamath. I was like, I'm gonna see if I can read something else. In fact, it might have been after Aka War. I can't remember, to be honest with you. But I tried to read something else in between, and I couldn't. I couldn't read anything until I'd finished what was out of the series. I tried reading Marriage for One by Ella Mays. Turns out the main guy's name is Jack, so I will not be reading that book because my brother's name is Jack, and that just, ooh, no, no. I will keep it because aesthetically it looks nice, and I bought Charlie Loving Clichés, and together they will look nice. I will not read it unless I can, in my brain, filter out his name and change it to a different one, because his last name is Hawthorne, so I'm thinking if I just change it to Grayson Hawthorne in my head from the Inheritance Games, I might manage. But I don't know. I can't read it as his name because it's just weird. I don't like it. But also I just couldn't read the book because I just was struggling. I also tried to read Good Girl Complex by Elle Kennedy, and again I was just struggling to read anything. So those two I DNF'd. One possibly for good. Good Girl Complex I am going to come back to. But once I finished the series, I managed to read It Happened One Summer by Tessa Bailey, and I really liked this book. I gave it 4 stars. It was almost a 4.5, but what took that half point, it didn't give me the 5-star feeling, but the dirty talk was a little bit, in some places, cringe, and it just brought me out of it. But this book had me kicking my feet, giggling, screaming. I thought they were so cute, and yeah, I just loved them. He was just not messing around. He was like, I'm not taking your shit. I know you want me, and I want you, so I'm gonna fight for this. And I loved that. This man, I like a man that knows what he wants, you know? And he was just, yeah. So I really enjoyed this book. So yeah, give that one 4 stars. Oh, and Piper is iconic. Can we just talk about how iconic Piper is? Because she is everything I want to be. Just like rich, loves to shop. It's basically, yeah, she's iconic. I love her. But she's deeper than she gives it away, even though she doesn't realise it herself. And I just, yeah, I love Piper. And then I read Hook, Line and Sinker, and I think I liked this one more. This one did get a 4.5 stars because the dirty talk wasn't as cringe. There was some cringe moments still, but not as many as the last one. But Fox and Hannah, where I just love them. Absolutely love them. And I love how this time it was Hannah that was the one that was like, no, I'm fighting for this because I know you're worth it. And it's just, the fact that their relationship came from friendship. Absolutely love that. They were like, no, we're friends. We don't want to, like, you know, ruin this. And she was his first, like, female friend. And I just thought it was so cute because it was like, no, I want you because as a person, I like you. Not, you're really hot, let's fuck. You know? I just, love this one. So yeah, this one was 4.5 because I do love Friends to Lovers. I can't help it. I do. I know it's a bit vanilla, but I just love Friends to Lovers because I just think it's adorable. Because it's just like, it's not you meet them and then you straight fall into the romance. It's you meet them, you get to know them properly as a person, and that is what makes you want them. Because I feel like that's just going to be like more, like that relationship's going to last better than just we met, we had sex, and now we're together, you know? The last book I read, I haven't got a physical copy of because I read it on Kindle. It was on KU, and that one is The Forward Line. It is a why choose hockey romance. She's a hockey player. The 3 of these guys are roommates and hockey players, and her team gets cut basically, and she's got a hockey scholarship, so she like manages to get into the men's team, and then things ensue. But I rated it 3 stars. Let's try that again. I rated it 3 stars. I liked it better than the last White Shoes I read, which was The Freaking with Benefits. Even though I still have only rated this 3 stars, I still preferred it. I don't really have many thoughts. I thought she forgave Callum too quickly and that I enjoyed it more than Freaking with Benefits, but I don't really have many thoughts beyond that. It was alright, it was enjoyable, it was an easy read, but I wouldn't say it didn't give me any feels, you know. It didn't like make me kick and scream, it didn't make me sob and laugh and just love the main man. It didn't do that, so it was a 3 stars. But let's get on to what I want to read this month, because this month, oh, we've got an exciting lineup. I'm so excited. So let me clean up my mess. I've got an ambitious one this month because I only managed 7 books, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, with the potential of a 10th, depending on if I like the first book. So we'll start off with that. Things We Never Got Over. If I like this book, I am straight away gonna go and get Things We Hide from the Light. My friend tried to read this. Either she has read it or she did, like, I don't know if she DNF'd it or if she has read it and she didn't really enjoy it. But this cover is too pretty and I refuse to not enjoy it. So I'm hoping I like it so I get the second one and then also get the third one, because oh my god, these would be pretty together. The only problem is this has got Lucy Score on the top and I think the other one's got it on the bottom. Not sure. We're gonna just have to figure that out. But yeah, book 1, Things We Never Get Over. Then we have the whole Dreamland Billionaires series. I am honestly so dying to read these. It's all I could think about last month, but it wasn't on my TBR and I have too many reading vlogs and I want to do a reading vlog of these 3 books. And I was just like, I can't do it all. I don't want to inundate you with 50 million reading vlogs. So it might be more towards the end of the month I read these. I'm not sure. But I'm so excited to read these. I don't know what it is, I just have this feeling. Next we have a whole lot of Emily Henry. So You and Me on Vacation, Beach Read, and Happy Place. I'm probably going to read in that order, to be honest with you. I'm going to read this one last just because I want to read her backlog first. I think this is a fan favourite. Beach Read is loads of people love this one. This one, I think it's a little bit hit and miss. And then Happy Place apparently just completely destroys you and rips your soul out and makes you sob. So I can't wait for that. And I also love the trope. I read a fanfic once and I loved it, where your friends don't know you've broken up, so you have to pretend to still be engaged to your friends, and that gets you back together somehow. It was a really good fanfic when I read that one, so I'm looking forward to this. I know it's not going to be like the fanfic but I love the idea. So yeah, these 3 I'm hoping to get through this month as well. And then I also want to read It Ends With Us and It Starts With Us. So yeah, these ones I might not get around to. They're not as high a priority, especially now that the movie is not coming out, so I don't have to like race to read this one. So we're gonna see. This just is so pretty, just look at it, oh my god. But we're gonna try. But the others are more of a priority right now, so yeah, that's the books I want to read this month. There's nothing I want to read on Kindle for this month, only because of how many physical books I want to read. But sometimes I might just want something easy and on Kindle to read. We'll see. It was Stuff Your Kindle Day yesterday, and I got 102 books for free. Well, no, 101. I accidentally bought Jane Eyre for 99p thinking it was free. For some reason it wasn't. I got 101 books for free, and that was after I gave up after a while. I was like, you know what, I can't look anymore. If they're naff, I'll just delete them. Doesn't matter, I got it for free. I just kind of, if it had good ratings, and if it had good ratings, I downloaded it pretty much. And like, it didn't have like a cringy title or like a really cringy like synopsis. And like more than 100 ratings. I was a little bit snobbish with that. There was a few I'm like, there's only 3 ratings. I have no idea this is going to be good. I'm going to not get that one. I want to get stuff that people are like, yes, this is amazing. So I have so much to read. I got 100 more books yesterday. And my TBR, my physical TBR, is about that long. And then there's also the whole of the Kindle Unlimited library. So I just need to start reading more than 7 books a month to get through. I feel like my life for the next 3 months, any of my free time is going to be either reading or editing videos at this point. So we need to get on with that. But yeah, let me know what you read this month and what you plan to read in the next month, or if you've read any of the books that I plan to read. Tell me what you thought without spoilers, please and thank you. And I will see you in the next video, which is either a haul that I filmed actually a couple days ago or the Aka War reading vlog. We will see. But I'm gonna leave it there, and I will see you next time. Bye.